The Toy Story films probably make for one of the best animated franchises of all time, and I'm pretty passionate about which ones I like and which ones I don't. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. I'm Movie Micah, and today I thought I'd give you my ranking of all 4 Toy Story movies from the worst to the best. I already did a Pixar ranking, so you kind of already know my placements, but I thought I needed a video to go more in depth on why I don't like one of them and why I really do like some others. Please go tell me your ranking in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but with all that said, let's head into my ranking of all 4 Toy Story movies. Last place in my number 4 is Toy Story 4. I know a lot of people really like this movie, but it's easily the weakest in the franchise for me. To me, it really just didn't feel loyal or true to the other films, and a lot of amazing themes from the first 3 movies were abandoned. I just think it's terrible the way they sidelined all the other main characters, and you could argue the film is about Woody, but then Woody has better arcs in all the other films anyway. I also didn't feel anything new was brought to the franchise. This movie really didn't need to happen because Toy Story 3 was a much better conclusion. It just felt like this movie copied all the same elements of the other 3 films, but they were all executed worse. With all those negatives, I still think this movie has a couple good moments, but I just wish it didn't exist. Toy Story 4 is easily my least favorite in this franchise. And now my third place is Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 is a really well done sequel all around. It takes the same characters from the first one, has some of the same ideas, but executes it in its own way and really gives you something new. Stinky Pete is a really good villain, and I think we forget that because he was surpassed by Lotso, but he really is great. We also get introduced to some awesome characters like Jessie and Bullseye. I love the themes that this film explores about kids outgrowing their toys, and the only reason this movie is on the lower end is because a film to come after this did these themes even better. Woody had some great development throughout this film, and his dynamic with the new characters was amazing, but then we also get Buzz leading a rescue mission, and I really do like Toy Story 2, although it's the weakest of the original trilogy. But my runner-up number 2 is the original Toy Story. What an amazing opener to this franchise. First off, this is actually a really simple concept. It's just about a world where toys are alive, but it's just amazing what they do with all of that. Woody is a great character, and his arc in this film might still be the biggest. At first, he is Andy's favorite toy, but when Buzz gets to the house, he's jealous. I love his arc because he just has to learn to accept a new part of the group. Then we also have Buzz, who thinks he's a space ranger who just landed, and he has to learn that he's only a toy. Both of these characters get humbled, and their arcs are amazing. This movie is so funny and perfect, and I just think it explores humans and toys and that dynamic so well. It's still one of the best Toy Story films in my opinion, really because of all the fantastic character development, but one of the sequels is actually better in my opinion. But my favorite out of the 4, number 1, is Toy Story 3. This is such a perfect conclusion to this franchise. We start out learning that Andy is about to go to college and he doesn't play with the toys anymore. It's kind of heartbreaking the way that all the toys want is just to be played with. Then they all make their way to Sunnyside Daycare, which is a really creepy place, and it just makes for such an amazing jailbreak kind of film. Lotso is also a phenomenal villain because we really get a dark backstory to understand his motivation. It all just makes for an insanely fun adventure. But then the ending is what makes Toy Story 3 the best movie in the franchise. We end off by seeing that Andy still loves the toys, but that he's letting go and giving them away. It makes for the best moment in the entire franchise and closes out the real trilogy perfectly. That's why Toy Story 3 has got to be my number 1. So that was my ranking of the Toy Story quadrilogy. I'm sure you didn't agree. Please tell me your ranking in the comments down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this franchise. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any movie reviews or rankings like this. Thanks for watching. This is Movie Micah signing off, and I'll see you next time.